Guys, so today we're going to be looking at SAT number 9. This is the April 2017 QAS test. And what we're going to be doing is kind of just going through the passage today, just pointing out a couple of the key features that I noticed. We're dealing with the literature passage today, so we're not going to be focused too much on ideas or arguments, just kind of the sequence of events, maybe some of the important things that happen, help you get a little bit of context, a little bit of frame of reference, making sure that you're understanding the passage before we jump in and solve some of the questions. So let's see what we're dealing with here. So here's passage 1. We start up here, a strange and sublime address. This is a 10-year-old boy named Sandeep. He's traveling with his mother, his aunt, Mamima, his uncle, Chotomama, to visit family in Calcutta, India. So we have a boy, he's traveling with his mom, he's traveling with his aunt and uncle, and they're going to see family in India. So we start off here with kind of two boys playing, right? We get the scene of them playing. Basically, Chotomama, the uncle, is asking directions to the house. And then here they say, oh yes, they knew the old couple, and yes, their son and daughter-in-law had arrived last night with their first child. So this sort of sets us up. It's not telling us directly, but implicitly it's kind of setting up. They're going to see family in India. These boys are saying, yes, we know the old couple, the family you're going to see, and that there also is the son and the daughter-in-law who just had a recent newborn. The aunt, Mamima, kind of asks, is it a girl or a boy, and they say it's a girl. She rolls up the windows before the mosquitoes come in, and they move out. Here we have the old man, he's waiting on the veranda, moths are shuddering around. They pull up to the house, and then we get to here. Basically, the old man is saying, I told her that I heard the car, I knew it was the car, I told her you were coming, etc. Then they come inside, and we get this scene here. So this scene here ends up being pretty important. So it's once they were inside, Mamima gave the pot of yogurt and pot of sweetmeats to old lady. So they have sort of this gift exchange where Mamima, the aunt, is giving yogurt and giving sweetmeats to the old lady, and everyone's sort of acting like it's a big deal, right? As if it's the Kohinoor diamond. And the son is kind of like, what are you guys doing? What's going on? Then the son and the daughter, they emerge from the ante room, and they have this another scene here where basically they sort of bow at Chotomama's feet. And they're greeting. I think they're kissing it, right? Sorry, they're just touching his feet. And so we have this scene. He's like, no, no, and the son insists. And then we have this last scene here where Sandeep sort of reflects on everything that's happened. So he has his reflections. He talks about some conclusions he has, and then he makes this comment about poverty versus austerity. So that's sort of the scene here. Basically, we have this family members, or this group of family members. They're coming to visit more family in India. There's a little bit of tension between sort of the dynamic of like a modern India versus an old traditional India. We have a scene where they're sort of making a big deal about nothing. In Sandeep, the main character, he's a little bit critical of this. He doesn't think that it's necessary. He thinks it's all hype. And that's pretty much the main passage for right now. So I think we're at a good point. We're ready to jump into the questions.